Okay, welcome back, everybody. If we lost you for a little while there, we wanted to redo the audio, so hopefully everything's much better. So when you come in, you can let us know. Sal Capaccio, Carl Jones, it'll be IVB TV, and we are live down here at TSE Buffalo, Total Sports Enterprises. It is a big public signing going on today. Max Hairston, we have Deion Walker, Doug Flutie. He should be joining us in a little while, and we have a really great crowd here. And I want to just wheel everybody around to see exactly what's happening. Check this out. Love it. All right, big crowd on hand today, and we're going to be here down here for a little while longer. Good afternoon, Sal and Chris. Well, he's not Chris, he's Carl, but that's okay. Hi, Sandra. Thank you. Do we sound better? Everybody said the audio was choppy. I looked and I saw that I'm a radio guy. Much better. Thank you, James. Thank you. See, I figured it out, Carl.
Technology.
Don't tell my wife I figured it out. Now she's gonna make me do stuff around the house to figure out what's wrong.
I got you.
To fix things.
I got you.
I'm not good at fixing things. All right. In the meantime, great. Thank you. Sounds great, Sandra. Sounds great, John. James, thank you. Okay, let's get back to what we were talking about. First of all, breaking news from the Sabres. You are WIVB TV, of course. You cover the Sabres, you cover the Bills, everything. What did you just learn a little while ago about the Sabres, which is really, really good, important news for the team?
Yeah, Rasmus Dahlin is back in the United States and is actually on the ice and practicing with the Sabres today, which is excellent news. For those who don't know, he went back to Sweden to be with his fiance who was recovering from a heart transplant. So prayers up for her and her recovery and make sure she gets back to full health.
Yeah.
But he is back on the ice. I mean, he missed a few games. I don't know exactly how many he missed. However, the Sabres do play tonight. Not really too sure on his timetable to game action, but just great to see him back in the States and back with the Sabres.
Yeah, for sure. And then here we go. I got this. Now we can show everybody. Check it out, everybody. This is what's going on behind us. So that's great news about Rasmus Dahlin. And they miss him, obviously, and he's the captain of the team on the ice, but more importantly, off the ice for what happened with him and his fiance. For him to get back, I think it's amazing.
Yes, for sure. And then just once again, when we got the news that he was leaving, it was nothing but prayers and just optimism that he would, and their situation would just improve and get better. And for him to be back here, I think that gives us all optimism that everything is much better on the home front.
All right, so Carl's here with me, and in case we apologized earlier, we had some little audio difficulty, but a lot of you heard what we were saying, just not as clearly as you should. But we're going to get into Carl's career a little bit because Carl is an Ohio guy who comes here to Buffalo and covers all the Buffalo sports teams, played football at Syracuse University, but I'll let you kind of tell everybody a little bit about your journey and your path to get here to Western New York.
Yeah, born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, football heaven, and was blessed enough to get a full scholarship to play at Syracuse University.
Yes.
There from 16 to 20, played in some awesome games, was able to beat the number one team in the country, Clemson, one year. Unfortunately had to play Lamar Jackson twice. My first college start was against Lamar Jackson. That didn't go too well, but it was just awesome just to be there and just play at Syracuse and playing that dome with all the history in that space, whether it was Jim Brown, Floyd Little, McNabb, Harrison, the list goes on and on and on. And after my time at Syracuse, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Where did you live? South Campus? All the athletes live South Campus?
Yes, I lived on South, and then I ended up moving to.
Because I wasn't a Syracuse University D1 athlete. I did live there at Brewster Hall, though. I want you to know, and then Sadler Hall, right next to the stadium.
Yeah, I know exactly where those are. Yeah. But then from Syracuse, didn't know what I wanted to do in my life, but I'm at the university that has the best public communication school in the country.
Yes, that's right.
Shout out to Newhouse School, and from there, I was told that I talk a lot, so might as well talk for a living. And here I am right now, 4 or 5 years later, talking for a living, sitting down with my dog Sal, and just blessed to be here.
I love it.
Big Ohio State guy because it's kind of in my blood. Like if you're born in Ohio, you're either it's death taxes in Ohio State. So here I am today.
All right, I have to ask you though, did you get recruited by Ohio State? Was it never in the cards? How did that not come about? A guy that as fast as you playing D1 sports, I know that they're a different level than Syracuse. I get it, but it feels to me like maybe that could have been a spot for you.
Funny story. So I had a bunch of teammates who either received scholarship offers from Ohio State or were actively getting recruited by them. Actually, one of my teammates, shout out to Alex Stump, received a scholarship to go there and went there. I don't know if he went. No, he did not win the Natty in 2014. But nonetheless, Urban Meyer walked in our weight room about, I don't know, my junior year, and he just looked right at me. And I looked right back at him. I'm like, I know Urban Meyer. Like, Urban Meyer's a legend in Ohio. Like, what do you mean? And then he just said, oh, he's too little, and just kept walking. Mind you, I'm 6'2". At the time, I was like 160, so I was too little.
So we're going to blame Urban.
Yeah, we're going to blame Urban for everything.
I mean, I'm glad you went to Syracuse. I love you for that. But
listen,
for your dream to go to Ohio State, we're going to blame Urban Meyer.
From like 2015 to 2021, like I was the biggest Ohio State hater on the planet. And I know there's some people in the chat who don't like Ohio State either. I was right with you, okay? So I was a Buckeye hater, but I'm back now. I understand that That was not in my cards. I wasn't 6'2", 180.
Okay.
I was about 30 pounds too little. But yes, that was a funny story with Urban Meyer. He looked right at me. He was
I have another story from Urban Meyer that will not surprise you then. So when I was coaching in Florida, there was a young man that I coached who went to Florida and walked on at the University of Florida for Urban Meyer. And he actually, by the end of his time there, he earned a scholarship, won a national championship with Tebow. Didn't play much running back, but special teams, whatever. Beautiful. Okay. Fast forward years later, I'm at the NFL scouting combine and I see Urban Meyer. And I said, oh, I'm going to tell him. And I went up and said, by the way, Chris Scott's his name. I said, I coached Chris Scott in high school. And he looked at me like he had no idea who I was talking about.
That
and I'm
doesn't
thinking,
surprise me one bit.
How do you not know that? Like the kid earned a scholarship in your program. You gave it to him.
Yeah. Probably made a big deal out of it. Like, oh my gosh,
right.
hey, walk on a scholarship, like big parade for him. That does not surprise me one iota about Urban. And there's a lot of stories that I won't share on this camera about Herb, but that doesn't surprise me one bit.
But is it like that? You've experienced different coaches.
Yeah.
Dino recruited you to Syracuse, Dino Babers.
Yes, for sure.
Can you kind of go into the dynamic of the what that is like and how you're just a number maybe, or how much it matters if the coach knows who you are, pays attention, invests in you?
Yeah, I think it's coach by coach and it's program by program. There are certain programs where the head coach is a little bit more hands-on with everyone, and then there are others where it's more position coach based and coordinator based. Like at Syracuse, Babers was an offensive coach, so he was much more hands-on with those guys. I played defensive back, so I talked to Babers twice a week, and it was mostly football related. Having said that, though, I never felt like I was lonely because my relationship with my defensive backs coach was tight. Like that was like my father figure away from Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to Clem McLeod and Nick Monroe. Like those guys did a good job of just making sure that it wasn't about ball all the time. Like, hey, like how you doing? How's your grades? How's your life in the party scene? How's like just all that stuff. So I thought that it was really cool to be able to have a coach that really poured into you, because I think that's important that time of your life where you're 18 to 22, you're still impressionable. And I'm not going to speak for every single program, because I do know there are some programs where you are just a number and it's just a conveyor belt and you come through and leave and they forget about you. But my experience at Syracuse was great, and I'm just honored that I was able to wear those colors for those years.
I love that. We just got a question. Are you guys at Sports City right now? We are not. We are right here at TSE, Total Sports Enterprises, 3170 Orchard Park Road. Look at that, the crowd around here. I'll wheel it around so everybody can see what's going on here. Look at this. You can see the crowd that's here. You know why? They're getting ready to meet Doug Flutie. And I think we are going to have Doug Flutie join us here on the show here in just a little while. So we're going to do that. We'll talk about him and the Heisman Trophy. And we got a little trivia question for everybody. I'm going to be giving something away here. I'm going to be giving away a signed mystery jersey here. Can you guys hear me out there? Everybody hear me out there? All right. We're going to do this right now. All right. If you're within earshot, you got me here. Going to do a little trivia question. The first person who shouts out the right answer. All right. I'm going to write down the answer to Carl here so he knows. So you see somebody. Okay. All right. Here's the question. Tampa Bay Buccaneers became a team in 1976, but they went the longest without ever coming to Buffalo to play. What was the first year they ever played a regular season game inside Highmark Stadium? Tampa Bay. No, not 1985. We have to keep going. What? Nope, we got to keep going. 93, no, we're still got to keep going. 98, we got to keep going. Come on. 2003 was closer. We got to keep going. One more. 9. Who said 9? Right there. 9. Yeah, the Dalton Kincaid jersey. 2009 was the first time that the Bucs ever came to Buffalo to play. Hey, what's your name? Okay, go right in front of this camera here and say hi. Right? No, on the other side. On the other side of that camera. Say hi. There, bend down a little because you're tall. There you go. There you go, brother. You got it. Congratulations. All right. You got it. Signed jersey for you right there. You got it.
Congratulations.
2009. The Bucs became a team in 1976. It took 33 years for them to play in Buffalo. That's crazy.
With the creamsicles, though. Did they have the creamsicles
on
that
day? They did.
Day?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, they did, but it was white.
Okay.
The white creamsicles.
Okay.
And
what are your thoughts on those?
So wait. Can I tell you? You're going to love this story. In that game, T.O. scores a touchdown. Lee Evans scores a touchdown. And your Ohio State boy, Dante Whitner, a pick 6.
Dante Whitner. Shout out to Lee Evans, too. He's from Cleveland, Ohio. So shout out to him. Yeah.
And where Dante's from Ohio, I think, too. If I remember right. I'm not sure.
He's from Glenville High School.
He's from there. He went to school with who else? Ted Ginn. Yeah, Ted Ginn Jr., right?
Yes. And Troy Smith and all those guys.
There's a lot of there's a lot of great football that came out of that area. Carl Jones right here. He came out of that area in Ohio as well, went to Syracuse University, and we are here at TSE Buffalo, Total Sports Enterprises. We're going to be giving some more stuff away here, so come on down. I really appreciate you. I don't know why I have to answer this question from Curtis. How tall am I? I don't know, like 5'9". Carl, how tall are you?
I am 6'1" and like 7'8".
I'm going to do this. Would that be better for you, Curtis?
Nah,
Chris,
man, be comfortable, dog.
Curtis, I know, right? Come on now. It's all right. What are we doing here? Who cares? I mean, but that's why I wasn't a D1 athlete like Carl Jones over here. So your experience at Syracuse was great, and then now you still follow the program. Terrible injury for Steve Angeli. They go to Clemson, they win the game, and it just has not been right ever since. I do love, however, what Fran Brown is doing for this program.
I love what he's building, and I know it's tough to see right now because the lack of success right now, but I've been back at the program about 3-4 times this season, and just being around the guys and the administration, and there's a sense of optimism that, quite frankly, wasn't there since my 2018 year where we won 10 games and went to the Camping World down in Orlando. His personality is so infectious. It's contagious. When you're in the room, like, you just stand up and make sure that you got your act together. And I actually spoke to Angeli for quite a long time, and he knew Fran Brown because of the recruiting process before he went to Notre Dame, and he just said that he's a guy who will go above and beyond to protect you. And when he went down with that Achilles injuries down there at Clemson, at no point did Fran waver off of him. He said, like, hey, whenever you get healthy, you'll still be our guy and things of that nature. So I know it's bleak right now, but take my word for it. I promise you that program is on the up and up, and you got to dip a little bit before you come back up. So that's the way that I'm approaching this season.
And he's got some good recruits.
Yes.
And they have a very, very fantastic, I can't remember his name right now, fantastic wide receiver coming from Florida next year.
Yes.
And they have a very young team right now. He's playing the younger guys. However, that said, what scares me, Carl, in this day and age of college, I want to get your thoughts on this because it's changed even since you played, which wasn't too long ago. Yeah. Now with the portal, obviously NIL has changed everything, but you can play these young guys thinking they're going to be a future, and then all of a sudden someone snatches them from you.
Yeah,
and I don't like that part of college sports, and yet I'm still pro player. I'm pro player, but I don't like that part of college sports.
Yeah, I wish that they were able to do one or the other, either the NIL or the portal. I would lean towards having the NIL, but you just don't have free agency every single year. Can you imagine if every February 1st or February 15th, Josh Allen can hit free agency?
Oh my God, I know it's unmitigated free agency every single year,
James, that is,
with an unlimited cap, basically.
Yeah, and that's the college football space right now. That isn't healthy for any team, let alone Syracuse or Ohio State. The fact that coaches have to recruit their own guys to come back every single year. So, we'll let Congress and NCAA try to figure out that because it's the wild, wild west at this moment. So it is scary thinking about the future. But if there is one person and one coach that I feel like can get talent into Syracuse, I think it'll be him.
You guys all here for Max Harrison and Doug Flutie and Deion Walker today, right? All right, give a good shout out because we got them coming up. They're going to be signing stuff today. Don't forget, we got Buddy Second Chance Rescue. We took a dog home from Buddy Second Chance Rescue a few weeks ago. Check out the great pups, the great dogs. They're here. And check out Buddy Second Chance Rescue as well as Sports City Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara Street. Going to go there tonight, watch some games tonight. It's a great spot to watch games. They have a patio. They do pups on the patio once a month as well. So come on down there, watch the games, get some pizza, get some wings, some drinks, everything. And I think we have, ladies and gentlemen, former Heisman Trophy winner Doug Flutie. We're just going to squeeze over. We're going to let Doug to go right here. Okay, we'll do that. Come on. Do you guys have a chair? Can we bring a chair over for Doug so he can sit with us here? You know what? Thank you. There you go. Really Doug, you got the stool. Thank you. There you go. Hold on. Let me put you in the box here. Hold on. All right. Give me 1 second. We're going to get Doug Flutie on with us here. And okay, you want to step right into that? And there we go. Okay, there you go. Can you hear us and see us? There you go. How are you, buddy? You can hold that.
Okay, great. I got my own microphone. I'm big time.
You do.
I'm tall.
I know.
Look at this. They're short. I'm tall.
1984 Heisman Trophy winner. Right, that's right. 84. I used to be able to do all the Heisman Trophy winners, and now I'm getting older. I can't do it.
I can't remember.
I know.
I just know.
I know. 86 was Testaverde. 85 was Bo Jackson. Right.
Bo. I had a signing about a month ago, and I'm signing. 84 Heisman. They said, who won it after you? I'm like, oh, 85? Yeah, 85. Yeah. I looked down. I signed 85 Heisman.
Amazing.
I signed the wrong one.
No. Oh, my gosh. This is Carl Jones, by the way. Carl. Doug Flutie. I don't know if you all right. Carl is a local sports anchor and reporter on WIVB, the CBS affiliate. He played DB at Syracuse. I went to Syracuse. I know. Syracuse. Did you ever play against the Orange?
We played Syracuse every year. We went 2-2. They won at their place. Even when we were really good.
Yep.
And they weren't very good, they beat us at their place. Tim Green was playing defensive. We could not block Tim. I had my worst passing days against Syracuse because of Tim Green. And the old Carrier Dome was a flat field because it's indoor.
Yes.
They didn't put an arc to the crown on the field because they don't have to worry about drainage.
Yeah.
So it was a flat field.
Yeah.
So my height killed me playing there. Everything looked like it was thrown out of a tunnel because when you're on a regular turf field, you're at the peak, right?
That's right.
You don't think of that much, but that's very some fields are crowned more than others and were easier for me.
I got to tell you, I played at the current Highmark Stadium. When I was in high school, I played a championship game. And back then, the same thing. They had the old turf. You know, the old turf.
You played, or you were the border boy?
Hey, I actually,
were you on the field?
I had an interception in the game.
Get out.
Yes,
that's
but
awesome.
I was a wide receiver, and I remember in the game, beforehand, I'm doing pregame warm-ups, and I'm going downhill.
Downhill on the
sides.
sides.
I'm trying to throw. My quarterback was tall, and I'm a shorter guy. And I mean, it's crazy how different
it's completely different. And that's what there were a couple of, I don't know, I forget which other ones were flat, but there were a couple of dome stadiums that were flat fields. And they gave me that. It was hard. It was really difficult.
All right. We got another trivia question here. Everybody ready? You guys ready? Okay. We're going to do a trivia question here. Can you guys all hear me out there? Here's a trivia question. We're going to give away right now. We're going to give away a signed mystery football. We don't know who's in there, okay? Signed mystery football.
Mystery football or mystery signature?
Signature on a football. Okay, mystery signature on a football. Here's the question, okay? And I know you know the answer because it's about Doug Flutie, but I need someone to shout it out. One of the most famous plays ever in college football history. Doug Flutie drops back to pass. Hail Mary. Who did he beat? Miami, right there. Bobby, you got it right there. Miami of Florida. Very good.
Everybody says Notre Dame.
No,
a bunch of people think that was against Notre Dame.
There you go, Bob. Hey, go in front of this camera and say hi to everybody, all right? So we could get you on there. Say hi. There you go. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I love the old Bill.
And I can even tell you, Gerard Phelan caught the pass, and I heard, was he your roommate?
Gerard and I were roommates for 4 years. We were like best friends all through college. He was our leading receiver, and Gerard caught 6 passes that year that weren't even thrown to him. Like tipped off a defender's hand, tipped off another receiver. He just had a knack for making those plays and being the guy. The newest twist on the play, newest twist on the Hail Mary play was after the play when I was in the locker room, our tight end, I had sent him down the backside. Like just in case I rolled right, they might drift, I could throw back. So I throw the ball, Gerard catches its history, blah, blah, blah. He gets in the locker room. He says, hey, we had a chance. We had a chance. We had a chance on the back. I'm 35 years. 35 years I heard we have a chance. We're at 40 years now. So on the 35th anniversary, I'm doing interviews. I see a different camera angle. He is all by himself on the 10-yard line on the backside because it was the backside corner, drifted across, jumped up, bumped into the free safety, and allowed the ball to go through to Gerard, and he caught it.
Amazing.
So the backside corner, instead of staying home, was all the way over there. He was all by himself at the 10-yard line.
So he won line.
So I could have thrown – I called him that night. I called him and said, hey, Pete, you had a chance. He was wide open. He's like, yeah, but I would have dropped it.
Oh, my gosh. Doug Flutie, Heisman Trophy winner, former Buffalo Bill. And, you know, a lot of people obviously remember your career in Buffalo for a lot of different reasons, but I also remember when you signed, when you came to Buffalo. And this guy was the player of the year, the MVP of the CFL. How many times? 5? 6. 6 times the MVP of the CFL comes to Buffalo. And people credit your signing with, I'm going to say it this way, kind of saving the franchise. The lease was up at the stadium. They needed to sell tickets. Doug Flutie signs, and all the influx of Canadian fans all of a sudden just start flocking to the stadium and buying tickets. What do you remember about the process of coming to Buffalo and signing?
Initially, I was at a point where I had a guaranteed contract on the table up in Toronto. I'm worth a lot more money up there than I was down here.
Yeah.
But my agent calls and say, hey, Buffalo's interested. And it was like $25,000 signing bonus and $250,000 a year. You know, it's like, and meanwhile, I had $1 million guaranteed money contracts up there. And I said, I got to do this. I got to show, because I was at the point where I was almost ready to retire. I was 35.
And you'd kind of proven everything up in the CFL.
Up in the CFL,
you won
right.
Grey Cups, you won MVPs.
Yeah. So that was kind of my thinking. And I'm like, shoot, I got to try it. 2 years and I'll do it. Let's go down 2 years, prove people wrong, blah, blah, blah. So we kind of had the deal done. And then Marv Levy retires.
Yeah.
So then Wade Phillips gets the job. Now it's like up in the air again. Are they going to sign me? Do they want me? They were going to offer me still? So it was kind of dicey for about a month or two. And then, they still wanted, there was interest. I sign, I come down, compete my ass off to try to get on the field. Rob's the starter.
And we know how that went in Buffalo. We don't need to revisit that necessarily.
Rob got banged up. And week 1, Rob got banged up, and I got on the field, and we came from behind against San Diego, and then we missed an easy field goal that would have won it. But we lost that game. I played the fourth quarter or played the second half or whatever it was.
I believe, by the way, that was Ryan Leaf's first ever NFL game.
It may have been.
I think
You're
so.
Right.
That's right. That year.
But that game kind of told me, hey, I can do this. This is going to work. This is going to work out. And, we got I ended up taking over the starter a few weeks later, and we start winning, and the fan base comes back, and the place was hopping. And, it kind of rekindled the Bill. That season did rekindle the Bills.
No doubt about it. Doug Flutie, everybody, Heisman Trophy winner. We're going to get him for a couple minutes here and ask a couple more questions. Carl Jones, WIVB TV, Channel 4. Thanks a lot for coming out to TSE Buffalo. All right, post-career, you come back to Buffalo a lot. We've met up a few times. You and I are both drummers, right? All right. I know your brother's a musician, I believe. Is that
Darren plays guitar?
Darren plays guitar.
We've had a band for like 40 years.
And I learned this last time. This guy's into cars, like really into cars, right? What about your car collection?
I've got a couple old cars. My actual favorite is a 79 Bandit Trans Am from the second Smoking in the movie, second Smoking in the Bandit movie.
Amazing.
And Burt Reynolds signed the dash and all that. But I have 3 Batmobiles. Remember the big deal you make about Joe Burrow buying a Batmobile?
Yeah.
I'm like, go get it, Joe. Spend a lot of money on that because it brings up the value of my cars. So let's go. No, it's fun. It makes me feel like I'm a 10-year-old kid when I get in that car and drive it around. So, I don't know, a lot of fun. Got to keep yourself busy, hobby, without going bankrupt.
No doubt. You got anything for Doug before we let him go?
Batmobile?
Yeah, you got anything for him? Got any questions? Anything you want to know? I mean, you got a chance
the flame
here.
going out the back. Yeah. The 89, the Michael Keaton one I have has the machine guns that come up out of the hood and fire flames like the and the flame out the back. There is a guy in Ohio that built one. I have the 66 Adam West Batmobile is my favorite.
Okay.
The Batmobiles. And he has an 86 Batmobile that he had Specialized built. It's got a flame that goes out about 5 to 10 feet out the back.
Yep.
And it's got a flamethrower mode in it that goes like 50 to 75 feet.
Come on.
Out the back of his car. And it's got all these switch and gadgets. Like he'll flick a switch and the whole panel reverses, and there's switches for smog and smoke and guns. His doors had the bats in the doors fold open and have machine guns on them and fire blanks and then shoot. His is nuts.
I love it. How do you find these cars?
I built one of them, but they're out there. They're like, it's a whole world of its own.
Yeah.
But there's been over 100 of the 1966s that have been built. Yeah. Not as many of the 89s are around. But everyone I know, anyone that owns these things, if you turn them over, you make money on them.
Yeah.
It's not just throwing money away on a car. And it's the people that want the cars want the car.
They'll find a way. Yeah.
They want the car. So you got a small market to sell to, but they really want it.
Amazing.
I don't know how tapped in you are in following the team on a day-to-day basis this year, but just like, what are your thoughts on this, how they are right now?
Early in the year, playing well and all that, but the defense scared me from day one. Like way too many yards, way too many points we're letting up. Josh has been Josh, and the running game looked pretty good, but need big plays in the passing game.
Yeah.
And with the injuries we've had, tight ends down this week, there's a lot on Josh's shoulders offensively. Hardman?
Yeah, Nicole Hardman. Yeah.
Can he still run?
I think so. I mean, I think so. And his
speed
path
would help.
That's right.
I'm a diehard. I'm rooting for him every week. They gotta right the ship. They play well at home. They gotta right the ship, play well at home, and just become a little more efficient. It's scary. Right now they're a playoff team, but not a championship team.
No, I get it. We need a little Flutie to Molds.
Close
to he still holds the playoff receiving record, catching it in Miami. I'm at the game.
First play of the game, he runs a cover 2 post and just runs by the safety, and it's like a 65-yard play, and he gets tackled at the end and fumbles.
Yep.
So that was the story of the day. We threw for a bazillion yards, but we had a bunch of fumbles, 1 interception. It just one of those days where we moved the ball at will, but couldn't stick it in the end zone.
And then at the end of the game, terrible story. They're going to score. Andre Reed gets in the end zone. We think he does. The referee doesn't give it to him. He gets up. He throws his arms up in the air and bumps the refs. They throw him out of the game. give him a 15-yard penalty,
back
and then Trace Armstrong sacks
what
you.
ends up happening is we had to kick a field goal on that. That was with
That's
about a minute and a half
right.
to go.
That's right.
So if we gotten in the end zone there, we were in business.
That's
we were
right.
down 10. That would have cut it to 3. Then we did get the onside kick.
It did.
And we were right down inside the 5 and gonna score again. So we could have played for a field goal there, but we ended up getting the field goal the first time.
That's right.
We needed the touchdown at the end. And it's so funny that Trace Armstrong comes around the corner, blindsides me. I fumble the ball, and game over in the last second. So it might have been even a third or fourth down play, but there was a play here earlier in the year against Miami, I believe it was, where I was in the pocket around the 10-yard line, 15-yard line, and I didn't have anything. And just for fun, it's what we always did. When you throw it away out of the end zone, try to hit the goalpost.
Yeah.
So I just threw it towards the goalpost, threw it out of the end zone. I got an intentional grounding call. And I'm like, what? Nobody gets intentional grounding throwing the ball out of the end zone.
No.
So in that split-second moment, we ran double slants. It wasn't there. I went inside, outside, and I'm like, I can't just throw it over his head out of bounds. I had to find somebody. I turned to look for the tight end in the back to throw it over his head. And that extra half a second, I get hit. And the ball's out. And that, honest to God, was what was going through my head.
Really?
Was that stupid delay
in that Miami game that was still going in your head.
Grounding. I had to find a receiver to throw it over his head rather than just throwing it out of the end zone.
Well, listen, you got a great crowd here. And before we let you go, let's spin it into a positive. How's everything? Health good, right? Everything's good
Health's
with you?
Good. I got a brand new knee about 4 or 5 months ago. I got a full knee replacement.
Because you look great, buddy. You look great. You look like you still play.
I'm playing baseball. I'm like surfing, playing hockey.
There we go.
Amazing.
You name it. I'm just a 10-year-old kid.
And where do you reside? Where do you live?
I live down in Florida, east coast of Florida, Melbourne Beach, sleepy little beach town.
Okay.
Not the place to be, which is, I love it.
All right.
And I go out and surf a lot and play with the sharks. You know,
but you come up here quite a bit. You're up here quite a bit.
I get up a couple times a year.
Yeah, right.
Couple times a year.
That's great.
It's been great. The first time there was a long window of time where I had not gotten back.
Yeah.
And when I came back, the fans were just so amazing. Like they set up a signing over at the field house the morning of. I'm like, I'm willing to do it, but I'm 106 years old. Who's going to show up? And
you're still beloved here. You know that.
It was unbelievable, the reception I got.
I mean, look at this. We have somebody writes, should have left you in, Doug. All right, right there, no doubt about it. Doug, you are the man right there. Still my favorite. Love Flutie Flakes. All right. Doug, can you play wide receiver for the current Buffalo Bills?
My yards after catch will be 0. My routes will be 0. I'll catch 1-yard gains.
I love that. Oh my gosh. And the new stadium. Have you seen it?
It's exciting. I haven't really. I mean, I've driven by it a number of times. It looks amazing, and I've seen some of the renderings. But that'll be amazing for the film. Now, these people love the fact that it's open air, the wind's howling, and the snow's coming in, and this is Bill's weather.
Bill's weather.
We got to break tables. They're still going to be breaking tables.
They will be breaking tables.
I came last year to the San Francisco game.
Yep. Oh, that was a terrible weather game. That's right.
I did a tailgate party thing where people were going nuts. We had a band playing. It was amazing. So it's still Bill's weather, but a lot more amenities.
You got to go do this. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you, Doug Flutie. Much love. Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Flutie, Buffalo Bills legend, Heisman Trophy winner. All right, beautiful. Thank you so much. That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, all the video games I played as a kid, college football.
That's right.
And
what was the video game? What was your number one go-to?
I mean, college football, for sure. I always play college football, and you will have to do moments. And how many times I tried to do the Hail Mary with Doug Flutie and failed.
Oh.
So the fact that I was able to just chat up with him for 10 minutes was 12-year-old CJ will be proud of that.
Oh, my goodness. Carl Jones is here with me, Sal Capaccio. We're only here for a few more minutes, and we're going to get on to the signings here at TSE. But if you're listening here and you're watching, we are at 1,400 live viewers right now on the X feed. We really appreciate that. Come on down, TSE Buffalo, 3170 Orchard Park Road. You got Doug Flutie here signing right now. You got Max Harrison, Buffalo Bills, rookie cornerback. Got Deion Walker, both Kentucky guys coming in. Want to tell everybody, though, originally Michael Hoyt was supposed to be here, okay? If you want a refund for the Michael Hoyt signing that you bought a ticket for, let a TSE staff member know, and they're going to hold your ticket for their December 6th event. If you want a refund for the Michael Hoyt signing that you bought a ticket for, let a TSE member know December 6th he's going to be signing, and they can do that. So, and obviously that was a really tough loss for the Bills.
Man, I hit the juice that he brought. It's just so infectious when you see him out there, and the Bills defense, you can tell even dating back at training camp, they had a huge plan for him and what he was going to be able to do on, especially third down, all the funky stuff they're going to be able to do. Big loss. Rooting and praying for his recovery to get back to the field as soon as possible.
No doubt about that. Want to thank, of course, Sports City Pizza Pub, 1407 Niagara Street. Want to thank Herbal IQ, 6300 Transit Road in Depew, and, of course, TSE. Okay, Ohio State played today?
Yes, they play UCLA night game.
That's not a game you're too worried about, are you, as
I
a
think
fan?
they're like 30-point favorites. Big Ten's not great this year for the Buckeyes, but they got Michigan in a couple weeks, and we'll see if they finally.
Yeah, what is up with that? I mean,
it's one of those things I think is kind of in their head a little bit where they kind of overthink the game. And I know that's weird to say because it is the best rivalry in the country, but I think they put too much emphasis on it in terms of just they change everything instead of just being themselves. So hopefully now that Ryan Day has the national championship under his belt, that he plays a little bit more loose in that game.
All right. And then do you have a prediction for how this all plays out for the playoff? I mean, right now, let me pull up the CFB rankings, college football playoff rankings. Let's see if we can do this real quick. Do you have a prediction of how this all plays out? I think Ohio State is the best team in the country.
I think they're the best team in the country. Obviously, the bracket will determine a lot, but I think that they're able to play the game in a multitude of facets, which, as you know, styles make fights, and if they play a team that's able to air the ball out, they'll be able to fight, combat that. I think I wouldn't be surprised if we get an Ohio State Bama. I wouldn't be surprised about that. But don't sleep on Texas Tech in terms of what they bring. They paid, I believe, like $20 million for that roster.
Wow.
They got a couple first-round picks on the defensive line. They're not underdogs because they're still a Power 4 team, but you always root for new blood.
Yep.
And I think they're a team that's going to be able to shock some people in the playoff.
All right, if there's a team in the top 10, Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Oregon, Notre Dame, and Texas. You can even go beyond that if you want. Maybe the team that can sneak in. Is there a team you're like, hey, you know what? Just kind of watch out for them a little bit. Is that Tech team you just talked about?
If I'm being truthful, probably Alabama because I think they have the best quarterback. I think they have the best quarterback in the country. Ty Simpson. And I
he's
think
playing well.
As you know, in college football, quarterback play goes a long, long way. And he's a player that is getting better week by week. And I forget exactly what game it was, but it was 2 weeks ago where he had an amazing fourth quarter. I was like, yeah, that's going to be a guy at the next level for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Does he have NFL game? Like, if he's
going to be a first round pick, and I think partly due to the fact the class isn't great.
Right.
I don't know his ceiling per se because he's not like he doesn't have the biggest arm. He's not super mobile, but he'll be I know Mac Jones isn't like the most beloved player, but I mean he's an NFL player. And, and I think that if someone told you that Ty Simpson would have Mac Jones' career, you wouldn't be too shocked or surprised.
No doubt. All right. I need you to think of a good trivia question. Think of a good trivia question we can give these people. I tell everybody about a show coming up on December 6th.
Okay.
Ooh, maybe there's a Bills-Ohio State trivia question you could tie in, or Bills-Syracuse trivia question. Bills-Bucks, something like that. You know what? How about if let me pull up here
anything Josh Baker related or no?
Ooh. How about this? Wait, we're going to go back to the last time these two teams played here. I got a good one for you. I'll let you do this, okay? I'll let you pick the question. No. I'm going to let you pick the question.
Okay.
What I want to do is we're going to do this real quick, folks. Let me pull this up.
Yeah.
The Bills played the Bucks in 2003. I'm going to pull up the game book. I want you to look at the numbers and get a good trivia question out of the numbers. Maybe a leading receiver, something like that we can. Okay, here's it for both teams.
Yep.
Okay. Come up with a good. Here's who scored in the game.
Yep.
All right. So you do that. Well, I tell everybody there's going to be a show on December 6th at Wings Meeting Place. Christian Benford, Michael Hoyt, Joe Andreessen, Buffalo Joe, AJ Epinesa, Ty Johnson, and a special holiday photo op with Keon Coleman. Tickets are coming soon. Make sure you're part of that. And all purchases, the money will go back to the Oshai Children's Hospital Patricia Allen Fund. So that's very cool. 50% off site-wide during Black Friday weekend. And you can donate to win. Every person who donates to Buddy Second Chance, by scanning the QR code on their table, is going to be entered into a giveaway to win 2 tickets to the Bills game tomorrow. So if you're here now, all right, if you're here right now and you want to win 2 tickets to the Bills game tomorrow, scan the QR code on Buddy Second Chance rescue table, and you're entered in to win that. Make sure you check that out today. All right, this is for another signed mystery. I know we'll do that. We already did a jersey. Let's do the helmet. You got a good trivia question? All right, Carl's going to ask. Who get the number 3 one on there?
Yeah.
Okay, who is the leading? Okay.
So which Bills wide receiver in their 2023 matchup with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which Bills wide receiver led the team in receiving yards?
What Bills wide receiver 2 years ago against the Bucs led the team in receiving yards? For this. Now, not Gabe Davis. Who said it? You did. Khalil Shakir, you got it. Congratulations. All right, you got it. You got a mystery helmet, signed helmet, mystery signature helmet. You got it. Khalil Shakir, 6 catches on 6 targets for 92 yards. Good to have him back tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be crucial. I will say this. Some people ask me from time to time, do you miss playing football? No, because I will have to tackle people like Khalil Shakir.
Oh, my God. I know, right? So hear about Rob inside the chat box, said Shakir. Sorry, Rob, you have to be here to win, but thank you very much, Rob, for coming aboard and being a part of that for sure. So Khalil Shakir tomorrow, no Dalton Kincaid, but also on the Buccaneers side, no Chris Godwin and no Bucky Irving, which obviously impacts their offense.
Their offense hasn't been clicking on all cylinders the last month of the season. They struggled a little bit last week against the Patriots. The Saints game, I believe they only scored 16 offensive points. They haven't looked great now because of injury. They haven't had Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin, no Bucky Irving. And I don't see that team looking like the team that we saw September 20th, where they were basketball on grass. I believe they put up 38 points on the Seahawks. That team isn't going to be the team we see tomorrow. But Baker Mayfield is still a good quarterback. Emeka Ibuka, shout out to The Ohio State University. He's a great player as well. Sean Tucker, Syracuse.
Sean Tucker tomorrow in the house. That's right.
So I think that there'll be a team that is going to be feisty, but that they're not going to have the same firepower that we maybe saw back in September.
All right, so maybe tomorrow the Bills get back on the winning track after a loss last week, and tomorrow morning you can check out Bills Kickoff Live right here with this guy, plus Josh Reed, Tim Graham, Matt Perino. I'm on it a lot, but not on Sundays when there's a 1 o'clock game because of radio duties. But tell everybody about how they can catch the show and what you guys got going on.
Yeah, if you guys are in the Buffalo area, for those in the chat, maybe in the Western New York area, from 11 to 11:30, make sure that you're on the CW23. That will be the first half of the show. I actually have a long, extended interview with Max Harrison.
Oh, I know that.
Get to know him a little bit off the field. Funny dude. Like, he is a ball of energy, and you learn a lot about him. And then the second half hour, it will be on the CBS here, Channel 4, from 11:30 to 12. And you get to hear from Eric Wood and a lot of good other insight as well. So it's a fun show for an hour, and make sure you guys tune in.
All right, Pitzer comes in and says, any word on Gabe or McCole playing this week? You know what? I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of them is elevated by 4 p.m. today. I would not be surprised, considering, of course, Shakir is coming off the injury, and, you'd want him to have a little bit of insurance, especially in the punt return game where maybe he might want not to take a shot. You know what I mean?
You pointed this out as soon as they signed Harmon, but I think that sooner rather than later, he's going to be the returner for the Buffalo Bills. It just depends on if it's going to be tomorrow or the week after. He brings some juice that they, quite frankly, haven't had in the return game at all this season. So I think Hartman is going to be up sooner rather than later. It's the numbers game, though, in terms of the guys who are in and out and how many receivers they want to have active. But there's a great chance that both of those players will suit up on Sundays this year.
We got Rob, who says he lives in Orange County, California, but born and raised in Cheektowaga, joining us live there. Thank you very much. And by the way, everybody, just like Pitzer did, and just like many of you have, you can also subscribe to me. Don't just follow at Sal Sports. It costs less than a cup of coffee a month. We get extra content, extra video, extra little things in there. So go subscribe to me. Go to my Twitter feed at Sal Sports. Hit that pink subscribe button. All right, you won't be sorry that you did that. And we also give away something from TSE every month. I just sent somebody last month a signed mystery helmet. Didn't know it was a subscriber giveaway. He messaged me and said, "Oh my God, it's Andre Reed, my favorite all-time Bill." How about that, right? Thanks to TSE Buffalo. That's what we got going on here. Carl Jones in the house, WIVB TV Channel 4. You guys ready for Max Harrison, Doug Flutie, and Deion Walker today? You guys ready for that? All right. You ready for Bills Bucks? Who's going to win the game tomorrow? Who's going to win the game tomorrow? Who's going to the game tomorrow? All right. It's going to be windy. This guy, watch out for your hair, just like me. It's going to be windy. All right. We got to do that. Carl, thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. Carl Jones, WIVB TV Channel 4 here in Buffalo. Thanks a lot for coming out to TSE Buffalo. I'm going to stick around. Carl's going to be here for a couple minutes. You guys want to say hi, maybe take a picture or something like that. Buddy Second Chance Rescue's here. Make sure you scan their QR code and make sure you take advantage of everything going on here at TSE. Thanks a lot to everybody. We had 1,700 live viewers on the stream. Awesome stuff.